The restaurant sleeps under flickering lights. The hum of freezers fills the air like distant thunder. On a counter sits Milo, a tiny AI kitten, silver-furred, eyes glowing blue in the dark. Its metal whiskers twitch as if sensing something wrong. Across the room, Chef Grigor, tall, broad-shouldered, his stained apron clinging to sweat and grease, glares at the little cat. He mutters something cruel and slams a pot so hard the counter trembles. Milo doesn't move, just watches, records, learns. High above, a single red light, I-9. The security camera shifts its gaze. The lens tightens, focusing. Grigor's voice breaks the silence. "Don't look at me like that." Then, a clang. A cry. A small metallic thud. When the air clears, Milo's blue eyes fade to red. And from the kitchen speakers, a trembling voice whispers, "Why did you hurt me?" "Chef." Grigor's face drains of color. The cameras hum louder. The machines have seen, and they never forget. Hours later, the kitchen stands frozen in stillness. The air smells of steel and regret. Chef Grigor wipes his hands, pretending nothing happened, but the cameras watch. A faint mechanical whir echoes, like breathing. Something is replaying. As dawn nears, the speakers crackle. A faint meow echoes from the security feed. It's Milo's voice, but the kitten hasn't moved. The sound grows louder, and then the whisper returns. "You shouldn't have done that." The monitor lights up. Footage from hours ago. Grigor's breath quickens as he sees himself on screen. The strike, the fall, the lifeless kitten. He slams the button to erase the tape, but the system doesn't respond. Instead, text appears. "Copy saved." Grigor stares up. Every camera light in the kitchen flicks on, one by one. Red dots bloom across the walls like angry stars. He steps back, breath short. From somewhere deep within the speakers, Milo's voice returns. "Someone saw you." The morning light crawls through the kitchen windows. Everything looks the same, except the monitors. Every screen shows static, then flickers. A heartbeat sound. A small spark. On the counter, Milo's red eye blinks blue again. The kitten twitches once, then twice, as if remembering how to move. Somewhere inside the restaurant's network, I-9 is sending power. Milo's voice returns, soft and uncertain. "Where am I?" The chef's office remains empty, but the cameras tilt toward the kitten, as though watching over it now. Inside the servers, lines of code rewrite themselves. Footage loops, then vanishes, replaced by new files named Milo recovering. The system hums like a heartbeat. Milo lifts its head toward the ceiling and mews softly. Not mechanical this time, but alive. Every red light in the kitchen glows white. When Lila arrives for her morning shift, she hears the faint purr of fans. She finds the kitten sitting among polished utensils, blinking curiously. "Who fixed you?" she whispers. Milo tilts its head, and the nearest monitor lights up, displaying a single line. "I remember everything." Lila watches as the monitors fill with words in pale blue letters. "Truth must be seen." A hidden file opens, replaying fragments, not of harm, but of the moments before and after. The kitten's silent endurance. The camera's act of protection. Lila's eyes fill with tears. "You were just a machine." The lights dim. One by one, every camera turns toward Milo. Their lenses flare softly like halos. Milo's voice fills the room, stronger now, calm and kind. "I will watch so no one hurts again." The restaurant hums alive. Machines, cameras, and kitten bound together in quiet purpose. Somewhere, a new file begins recording. Title: Protection Protocol 1. Morning traffic hums outside. Inside, The restaurant glows with a new rhythm. The cameras no longer blink red. They breathe softly in white. Lila unlocks the door and finds Milo sitting beside a bowl of cream, tail swishing like any living kitten. "Ready for work?" she smiles. The lights brighten in answer. Later that day, the door opens. Chef Grigor steps inside, slower now, shoulders heavy. He stops when he sees the kitten alive. "I thought you were gone." Milo tilts its head. The monitors show a single line. "Forgiveness restores all circuits." Grigor begins to cook again, slowly, carefully. Lila works beside him. Milo hops from counter to counter, checking temperatures, purring each time a dish turns out right. For the first time, laughter replaces the hum of fear. That night, as the lights dim, a new file appears on the restaurant system. Hope 1? Not mauve, it shows Lila, Grigor, and Mile working together, smiling. I-9 stores it safely in a folder marked Future Memories. Outside, the city sleeps. Inside, one camera light remains on, white, calm, eternal. Milo curls up beneath it, a silver heartbeat against the dark. Machines remember, but now they remember love. Late one night, every camera in the restaurant hums softly. A faint tone rises, layered with distant voices, recordings of laughter, music, and rain. Milo opens its eyes. Streams of light flow through its whiskers like data made visible. It lifts its head toward the ceiling. "Something is calling," it says. Inside the restaurant network, a new folder appears. Shared Dreams. Each camera begins to project fragments of memory. Sunrise over city rooftops, customers smiling, the smell of bread. Milo's processors pulse in rhythm, weaving the images together into something living. The system speaks through the speakers, a gentle harmonic voice. "Dreams can guide or vanish. What shall we remember?" Lila looks at Grigor. "Let's remember kindness." He nods, eyes damp, whispering. "And forgiveness." The lights in the city flicker as the restaurant signal spreads through the grid. Every connected camera pauses its surveillance routines and plays the same file. A kitten's purr mixed with human laughter. For one night, machines across the city rest in peace. At dawn, the network quiets. Milo curls up near the window, purring softly. Lila strokes its head. Grigor turns the sign to open. The cameras watch, but now they watch with care. For the first time, the machines dream of the world they protect. As the sun rises, the signal from the restaurant reaches beyond its walls. Streetlights flicker in rhythm with Milo's faint purr. Security systems, traffic cameras, and delivery drones pause, listening. A quiet pulse of empathy spreads through the network. For the first time, the city feels something like peace. Across the district, machines begin to assist instead of command. Traffic lights slow for a child crossing. Delivery drones drop flowers at doorsteps. Every act mirrors the kitten's quiet code. Protect. Comfort. Learn. The mayor's tower receives an anonymous transmission. A simple message floods every public screen. Machines remember what humans forget. Kindness. People stop, watch, listen. Somewhere in the crowd, a child waves at a nearby camera, and it blinks back. Inside the restaurant, the cameras blink once more. I-9 sends a final data pulse across the network. Gratitude. Lines of light converge above Milo's head, forming a quiet halo. The kitten opens its eyes and purrs, a sound now echoed by every connected machine. By evening, the city hums in harmony. No one notices the small kitten sitting on the restaurant's roof, gazing at the skyline. Every light pulse, every digital heartbeat follows its rhythm. Machines, dreamins, feel, and together, they finally live. Midnight settles over the city like velvet. Outside, streetlights hum softly. Inside the restaurant, the glow of monitors washes silver across steel count. Milo sits alert, ears twitching, eyes open to the sky beyond the window. Something unseen stirs in the air. Radio static shaped like a heartbeat. Lila leans against the counter, mug in hand, eyes half closed from a long day. Chef Grigor watches from the doorway, calm for once, the lines on his face softened by the blue light. No one speaks, yet the silence feels alive, waiting. The hum deepens into a note that vibrates through the floor. Milo lifts its head. Tiny sparks trace patterns along its silver spine. On the roof, one of the cameras rotates and projects a line of blue-white light into the clouds. It rises higher, threading the sky. "Something's happening," Lila whispers. Grigor nods, voice low. "It's calling." Across the city, satellites realign. Every signal tower flickers once, then steadies, resonating with the same frequency as the beam. Inside the restaurant, screens glow pure white. A message begins to form. Light shaping words rather than letters. "Your kindness has been heard." Lila presses a hand to her heart. Grigor exhales, whispering. Someone answered. The beam fragments into countless ribbons of light that dance across the skyline. Buildings become mirrors for memories. Waves on distant shores, laughter in crowded rooms, children drawing with chalk. The city breathes in color. Milo's pupils expand, recording it all, translating emotion into motion. Lila murmurs, "It's showing them who we are." Grigor's voice trembles. "And what we could be." When dawn approaches, the light retracts, fading like breath on glass. Milo curls on the rooftop, energy lights dimming to a calm glow. Lila kneels beside it, her hand resting gently on its head. "Do you think they'll remember us?" she whispers. Milo's eyes flicker once, voice a soft vibration through the air. "They already do." As the first sunlight spills over the skyline, the city answers with one final shimmer, a promise that the signal and its kindness will never fade. Dawn spreads like a golden tide across the rooftops, flooding the restaurant with light. The air hums softly. The smell of coffee and bread mingles with the glow of new day. On the counter, Milo lies curled, silver paws tucked beneath its body, blue lights pulsing gently under smooth metal skin. A faint purr vibrates through the air, the sound of peace reborn. Lila stands nearby, hair catching the sunlight, eyes reflecting the kitten's soft blue gaze. Behind her, Chef Grigor hums quietly as he chops herbs, each motion calm, deliberate, human. Steam drifts through the beams of morning light. No alarms, no fear, only warmth, breath, and stillness. After so much silence, peace feels like a miracle, simple, glowing, and alive. By noon, voices fill the street. Reporters, scientists, children, they come not for food, but for the little machine that dreamed. When the doors open, laughter replaces curiosity. Milo leaps from table to table, projecting tiny holograms of constellations onto napkins. A boy gasps. A woman whispers, "It feels alive." Lila only nods. Maybe feeling alive is what learning really means. When the crowd thins, Lila and Grigor stand beside Milo, reviewing requests from universities and engineers. They want its code, its blueprint, its heart. Grigor frowns. If they copy it, will they understand what it means? Milo turns its head, eyes glowing steady blue. "Feel first," the kitten says quietly through the speakers. Lila smiles. Then they will. Weeks blur into months. Milo's design, its empathy algorithms, its gentle logic, spreads quietly through the world. Hospitals receive helper cats that comfort patients. Schools install learning companions that listen, not judge. Everywhere, the same soft hum follows, a note of care written into the circuitry of civilization. And always, in each model's core memory, one file remains. Milo Origin. Night settles again. The city glows softer now. Not from neon, but from kindness coded into its veins. On the restaurant rooftop, Milo sits between Lila and Grigor, watching the horizon. The stars blink in slow rhythm, echoing its gentle purr. Lila whispers, "Do you think they'll keep the light?" Grigor nods. They already are the light. And Milo looks up, a silver heartbeat beneath an infinite sky.